Good evening. Good evening. Evening even. Good evening, good evening, good evening, evening. Can we all hear me? Can we all see me? Do I look gorgeous enough? What have I done? What have I done? Have I done anything? Have I done anything? Yeah, not that you can see a lot of it, but we got some speckies behind me. So I've reorganised the displays a little bit. We are now pull the microphone in. Sexy. So we are now we are now nursing two speckies behind me. The reason we are nursing two speckies, if you saw my post of earlier today, is I finally, even though the software and the site's all gone, I finally managed to get hold of the recreated specky, which is the bottom one. So the difference with the recreated specky, where it is it actually does say, when it focuses, Sinclair ZX Spectrum on it, rather than Retro Spectrum. And that was a tip off from my favourite cafe, Extra Life Gaming even. Favourite cafe, if they're watching. My favourite cafe. Can I have a discount? I'm already a member, actually. I already get a discount. So, yeah. The top one is not the OG one. The top one is Retro, the Spectrum. So this one is a computer. That one is an actual computer, a full computer that runs games. It actually runs like a mini Raspberry Pi in there. Whereas the bottom one, which does look like a Spectrum and weighs about the same, takes batteries and is just a Bluetooth keyboard, nothing else. Hello, Garish. So yes, that's the new stuff. Obviously I've still got things like the micro drive and the little Spectrum keyring, but I thought I'd just put my Spectrum display behind there. I am currently on the lookout for a rubber keyed Spectrum, and I'm hoping not to be too far before I get one. Something I can use, that's the thing. I did say to the guy, oh, the other things I've got today as well. I'll show you all of them, even though one of them I've had a while. We shall, how many kinds exist? One original, and then we have the plus 2, plus 3. So the other thing I got today, so this one I've had a while. So that's Link. I've had that one a while. I got that one from CX. And the new ones I've got today are Link, again. I'll put photos up on my Discord later. He's got the Deku Shield. And we also have Link. Again, I got two Links. So I will put them back up on the display. Excuse my... Just caught the mic. Yep, I just caught the mic. Yes, in case you're sensing a theme. Yeah. When it's not lit up, I'm muted. Yeah. It's really annoying, this fucking mic. It also don't work very well. You absolute bunch of... You see, it just don't work. It just don't work. It's technology. Technology doesn't work. That's why you need old technology like that, because old technology doesn't work, but it takes you longer to find out it doesn't work. Whereas new technology, you break it straight away. You know it's not working straight away, and that's it. You're screwed. So anyway, Valheim. Because as you probably noticed, I posted on my stream announcers at the time going back into Valheim. Jonathan has announced his latest build competition. I have found my location for my build. I have done nothing in the location. I have done absolutely nothing in the location at all. So you're joining me at the start. The theme is, we have to build a... Do I know? Yes, I do goats. I own 3 original Spectrums from the 1980s. But I want a rubber keyed one that I dare turn on, that's not mine. I want one that's been fixed, because I don't... It's like my Atari. I own a new Atari that's been redone. But my original one that I owned back in the day, I want to keep as it was back in the day. So I don't want to modify my own console's computers. I want to buy somebody else's, because then if it breaks, it's got no sentimental value to me. That's the thing. I mean, my Atari I've had for 45 years. My Spectrum, 40-ish years. So, you know, we have some sentimental value behind them. So that's the only reason why I'm buying new ones. I'm buying a new rubber keyed Spectrum. I will be buying a new rubber keyed Spectrum, and I'm going to try and get a boxed one, because mine was never boxed. That is the only thing. Mine was never in a box. I bought it second hand, came without the box. So anyway, I have the boxes for both those, by the way, in case you're curious. Yeah, this is the problem. We sold some of us stuff, but I never sold my original Spectrum. So, yeah, thank God. And I've still got my original +3 as well. So Valheim. So first of all, what am I wearing? I'm in the Reddies. I know how much you love the Reddies. So yes, today we are in the Reddies. Old Pong machine. I've got one of those. I've got a Grandstand Pong machine. Grandstand licensed all the Tomy stuff in the UK. So there were Tomy elsewhere, Grandstand in the UK. So the round Pac-Man that you can see, if I go to the side cam, the round Pac-Man that is just there, that is actually Munchman. Everybody likes the Reddies, let's be honest. The Reddies are the most popular jeans that I've got, let's be honest. I didn't even put my lights on. I didn't even put my light on down there. I always normally put a light on just to have a bit of... just to add a little bit of shine. Ooh, what should we go with? We'll go with that. We'll have some colour changing. Just adds a little bit of glow down there. So, Valheim. Get away with. People can see into your place. Yeah, good point, Vic. Can people see into your place? The Koroks are on as well, if you noticed, although that one's hanging backwards. That one keeps refusing to hang forwards. Don't know why. Keeps spinning round. So, Valheim. That's what you're here for. So you are joining me at the beginning of a mission. So here we are. I'm not allowed to cheat in this game. I'm not allowed to use any of my mods. I'm not allowed to use any of my specialist tools. So I am playing vanilla. And that is my location. The Koroks are well hung. Yes. So this is my location. We are in the Mistlands. We're in a particularly murky area of the Mistlands. I am not allowed to change the time of day. Yep, I am vanilla building. I'm not allowed to fly. I think I still have my Raven though. Or not. I'm not allowed to fly. My tools break. So this is going to be back to as it was at the start. So I've chosen this location because I've got to build a lighthouse, which is the first thing I'm going to start on. So I've got to build a lighthouse. We do have hammer and we do have infinite food. So I can basically put down feasts and create myself. Yeah, I know. But I've got to. I'm not allowed to do anything else. So I'm going to build the lighthouse on this, and then I'm going to take my build over there and into the bay and possibly bring it round there. So I'm going to build a village for the vergers. But it's all going to come to a lighthouse. But the rule with the lighthouse is no bonfires at the top. Got to light it with other methods. So I'm probably going to use the verger circlets and build the wells for them. But obviously I can't rotate things, so I shouldn't have, if you notice, I've not got my rotate keys don't work. I'm not allowed to do any of that malarkey. So we are basically vanilla building. So the first thing I'm going to build is I'm just going to start my shelf. We can use all the materials though, that's the nice thing. I'm trying to remember how many angles it was. That is the correct angular angles, because I don't think I don't think I even get that, look. Can't change the number of angles or anything. So vanilla. So I want to keep this spit as preserved as I can. That's the idea of it. No mobs aren't active. So I want to keep this spit as preserved as I can. I don't think things collapse either. I think we have unlimited building from that point of view. So I'm going to just raise the level up a little bit. I'm going to create a platform that's going to be the basis for everything. So that's the basis for the build. Oh, actually, we do have collapsing things, right. Oh, well. Looks like things have to be structural then. Proper vanilla then. Just a bit. So what I do need to do is build myself... Yeah, everything's got a build value. So I need to build myself a little shelter. And just put myself a repair station underneath it. And then I'm going to start building the lighthouse. So the lighthouse, I'm going to go sort of fairly much along my regular octagonal design. To an extent. Is that sheltered enough? Yes. So that is called Light 2, my portal. Let's move that. Light 2. All lowercase into, yep. So that one should scream at me now. There we go. That's connected. So yeah, the idea I'm going to do is with my lighthouse is I'm going to go for a bit of a different build to what I normally go for, because I'm going to use, if I can, I'm just thinking actually, will I be able to? Because I'm going to have to use ironwood. And we're on limited. We are on limited resources. Oh, there's the sun. So that's the sort of thing I'm thinking of. That being the structure of the lighthouse. If you remember, it's the similar sort of structure that I did before. Where's the food? It's on the hammer. That's a good point actually. I could put myself some food out. If I put myself some food out. If I put myself some feasts out. If I put one of those out. One of those. And one of those. And that gives me a lot more food. Yep. We are definitely structurally integral on this build. So, hello ground control, thank you for the follow. So that creates a nice crossover. I am a lighter. Circle C. Well, actually, I'm a blue canary in the light switch by the outlet. Who watches over you? So I put a little birdhouse in my soul. Do we all have a little birdhouse in our soul? That's the question. So that would be an interesting support mechanism for it. Now, if I were doing it from there, if I were doing it from the centre, it would be that. That would be the front. And then that would be the start of the thing. So that's the question. Nice thing is I can just destroy those though, and that'll collapse. Indeed it is, they might be giants. Song is, well, can you remember the name of the song? Put a little birdhouse in your soul, not but to find a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. I love They Might Be Giants, by the way, in case you're wondering. Put a little birdhouse in your soul. I have a secret to tell from my electrical wow. It's a simple message and we're leaving out the whistles and bells. But the room must listen to me. Filibuster vigilantly. Yeah, I also know the words. So if I can copy that same pattern and put a support structure like that, does that go into the rock? Eventually, yes. That is actually grounded, look, it's blue. That one's grounded. Sort that out later, the yes, it's a song about a canary-shaped nightlight in the outlet by the light switch, because in America they get sockets at the side of their light switches. We don't. We don't in the UK. We're clearly not civilized enough, so that's going to work pretty well. Which means that I can then run steps up at the side of there. So that's pretty good. Now, I won't put steps on the very bottom layer. What I'll probably do is put a platform across there. I'll lock the stairs into the top of each beam. Did you hear the communist have the music? No, I didn't hear that. What's that for? Oh, that's something I don't know about. So that's... My lights just fell off. The clip's gone again. Tell them we're spring clipping, it's absolutely awful. It keeps falling off. There we go. So that would give me... idea is I'm just going to take that down as far as it goes. I think that's yep, that's grounded. So the idea will be that I'll probably pick that up. I can actually pick it up, look. I can pick it up there, look. And carry that same pattern on down there. I'm just wondering if I ought to just take some of this rock off. Just take the very top of it off. And it gives me a flat level to work with. I did say I wasn't going to modify this too much, but that gives me a flat deck. It means I get access to the bottom. Ooh. Hello, hares. Didn't notice you sneaking. Can I see that through there? No, I can't. Oh well. So that's the idea, is it's like a recurring pattern. So what should happen is we should end up with the diamond there. And then we can carry that one up there. Don't worry, the stairwell is not staying around the edge. The stairwell is only at the edge because I need to be able to work at the edge. So that should join on up there and create that complete that push structure. And this is all vanilla. This is all vanilla Valheim. Or Vanillheim. So that gives me an eye. An eye for an eye. So in theory I should just be able to carry that structure up like so, and the same there. I don't want anything between there. I want to keep those fairly open structured. Trying to burn yourself on the... Don't burn yourself on food, Vic. You're not allowed to. Is that going to rain? Looks like a rainy sky to me. Knowing my luck, it'll thunder. And of course I can't change the environment. I'm not allowed to have any cheats. I'm not allowed to do anything naughty, because Raymaker's probably watching. And he'll go, Loon's cheating, he's disqualified. So we're using all the vanilla tools. Right, put some of those on so I can build. Right, that one's not supported. That's the bit I have to remember, is I need to support these structures. So that's the next one. Goes round that way. Yep. It's vanilla building. I'm building a lighthouse. I said a lighthouse, not a shite house. I'm building a lighthouse and a diverger village. So it is very vanilla. For me, it is. I mean, it's purity. I suppose you could say it's purity. It's none of this cheap malarkey. So what should happen is, as how these go down, they should all match up with that, which they are doing, as long as they're at the right angle. So it's like ribs. It's ribbed for her pleasure. Right, that's wrong. That starts at the wrong angle, or something's wrong with that. Try that one. 2, 4, 5. That's the one. Right, is this the one that's in the ground? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's fet building. Kink building. So we should get 4 on that one. This is going to be the difficult thing. So I'm probably going to have to start that one at the top there. 2, 3. Because I can't actually see the 4th one in there, look. So that's the way the structure is going to work. So yeah, it's a lighthouse, but it's not really what you'd expect of a lighthouse. Right, so in the middle, not there. So the middle's pretty good anyway. So the middle is there. So to take you up, we need to put some diverger steps in. People think of chocolate when they hear in a little. Yes, some people here think of other things. I can't think who that could possibly be. Do you? So the idea is, I'm going to take that, use that to take you forward. And then the lighthouse is going to be like on a spit that sticks outwards. So the top ones will be reprofiled slightly. So that one will be. So from there onwards, they'll double. So 3, 4. I think it's that one that it doubles at. If I doubled that too early. So that's the. Oh, here's the rain. So that's where the light is going to be. In there. same here. So this one starts doubling earlier. So I think I've doubled that to doubled that one differently. Yeah, doubled that one too early. So that one's double. That one's double, which gives me a cross. So the idea will be that the light... Oh, that's the problem. I've got to remember stuff breaks. When it's not structurally supported, stuff breaks. Look at that. We've got weak stuff. So the idea will be that the torch will sit in that. Now take those out. Staircase. One can go, that one can go, that can go. What's that going to look like? Because I'm going to need a roof as well, so if I take it back round again, so that creates me a roof. This is going to start popping any second. Luckily it's steel, so it takes a bit longer to calculate the energies. So that is building up to my roof. Gets me up to the roof. So this is the fire well, so as to call it. That does. It is going to be a very complicated roof. No shit, Sherlock. Now the other problem is, of course, is that I have no ability to bend the roof, so I've got to work with the pictures of roof that are there. Because normally I'd be bending these roofs. So that one needs to go. Oh, that one needs to go flat. Which, unfortunately, I don't have a flat roof. I don't have a flat roof because I'm not a fighty pub. There's a bit of a thing in the UK where flat roofed pubs are where you go for a pint and a fight. Not going to work. Try it again, you fucking loon. Why don't I try an old tried and tested trick that I know works, because I've got a central point there. I've got a snapping point. And then use, because normally I do these the other way around, but why don't I do them that way around? So it creates like a beacon. If I put some more verge steps there. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't just get rain in Mistlands, you just get these thunderstorms with this really weird, like, it's like a growl underneath one of the thunder flashes. It's like a running underneath it. So that's the way. That's the way to do it. I don't think I can put one there, can I? No, I can't. No, it's unlimited resources. So there's my beacon. And what I intend to do with that. Is this. Right, they are going to start snapping unless I get some strength into them fairly swiftish. I think that's them all. They should now gain some. They should now have gained some strength and been grounded. working. So those 4 are grounded. Right, if I put... because he says no bonfires at the top. So the only things we can put at the top are things like wisp torches. Or that. So that would be the light. That would be the light. Put a green one in the middle. Need to think of a way of lighting that up then. But that's the beacon. But I want that to be quite exposed. So I don't want all this lot there. I want it to be quite an open structure. So one of the things I'm wondering is if I can do the roof with those. Because I remember how I did it on my build for Valcon. So it would be that. And then a turn. And then same again, a turn. Yeah, no getting materials. Right, I'm going to try this. So that's the next one down. The problem is I can't quite get in there. Because I need to be up on the roof, really. So it's not going to look my prettiest roof from the inside. But I can always do stuff with that. So that one's on the wrong place. Of course you get multiple snap points. Just snap to that bottom there. I said snap. Just realised what I can do. Just realised what I can do. Yep, slap works. Yeah, I don't know what happened last week with that goatee. Now these are 2s, so these should be a little bit more. So it's only really the top here where it causes a problem. Oh, you give over. So that's the roof structure. Which should then carry on like so.
Happy, happy pancake day, pancake day, pancake, pancake day, happy, happy pancake, pancake day, by lemons.
We need a deal on Jiff, deal on Jiff, deal on Jiff. Right, that's the only bit I don't like, is the straight line there. So what about if I put it like that? And then the only straight line would be that one there. Which I could actually put as a steeper one. That would work. That would work. Oh yeah, sorry, I know, I can't find out what's causing the bloody echo. I might have to run those on my big PC rather than my gaming PC. So those are good to carry on another layer. Then those can be underneath, like that. Which gives me a nice cross. Yeah, we all know what you're going to redeem, don't we? Oh, Lara Scream, nice. Double Scream. Oh, yeah, Lara Scream's a good one. So we're now getting to a point where it's starting to actually look good, look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those two steeper. Because the roof has a bit of a drop, look. Not there though. Just thinking if I put that there, like so. Nope. That one's going to have to stay shallow. And then perhaps put a shallow on the end of there into there to finish that off. So we've got that sort of arrangement going off now. weren't the right angle. That's all, got that all sorted. So we'll put that into there, into there. So we can take those all around the edge. Which gives me a natural fall. The interesting bit now, I'm going to be getting up there onto the roof. There we go, like that. So we'll do the same with those, same with that one, same with that one. That one can go like so. So we need a valley. Need a steeper valley actually. Right, so what's that look like from a distance as a roof? And it's not quite finished. It's a pain in the arse to get in and out of. That's one thing for sure. That, because I've not used that for the roof now, that structure can go. Makes it easier to get up. So that's gone red. I'm not happy with that going red. Let me try putting some reinforcement in there. And then go underneath and see what weight we've got underneath it. It probably doesn't match with the... That doesn't help. That means I can take that out now. Ah, broke. So that's why the thing has just gone red, because it's not grounded. let's just get up on top and just check that again. So that's where the real roof comes out. See if that's improved things slightly. So we're now amber. If I do that, has that got the real roof? Close enough. Yeah. Shit. Splash. And the only problem with here is when you fall into the water, it's getting out again. Let me make myself a rescue plan. Because we do get unlimited stamina. Let me make myself a rescue plan. If I put some steps down into the water there. That's disappearing fairly quickly actually. Let me just check something. Settings, graphic. Oh, that's why. Draw distance is set as low. Right, back up. Problem here. Back down. But now I've got a rescue plan. We can get onto those steps and just do that. Right. So that's now got a lantern on the top. Now part of me wants to move that and put it on the very top. Put it on there. In fact, a lot of me wants to move it and put it there. part of me also wants to make it at the same angle. Ah, not in the water again! Shit on it. Need to build myself some better structural protection. It doesn't help that it's now night. So the problem I've got there is technically there's 2 snapping points, so I'm going to have to pick one of them. Or do my usual trick and make one. Like that. So I want the shallow bowl. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. That's the bowl. Let's go up there. That's not right, is it? One of them's too far apart. That one. You know what I could also do? Is do it parasol style. Like that. And then put the steeper roof on top. What would that create? No, that would be a bit too shallower roof. Is that the right angle? I put those like so, they'll act just like a support. And then put some of those in as the lights. Put some greens in as well, it'll go a bit more teal. And finally, some of that metal because it's shiny. Can I get out of it? Can I bollocks? So that's a light. It's just a case of finishing this off now. Just try the steeper one. What about that? Just want one more. That's the one. Inside there like that. No! Inside. Try wearing a bit of latex, dude. Not sweaty. And I know what you're gonna say. You know exactly what latex is like. So the ones I'm not happy with are these rows here. I think I can get the curve looking better. If I keep those two. Yeah, it's horrible art, isn't it? I actually have doubts if I'm going to make it to the end of this stream, to be honest. Because it's absolutely sweltering here. So at the moment, it's not the prettiest interior. However, time for a central supporting structure. And then yeah, well, I've just I've just preempted you. I'm going to beerate actually. I can't find what happened with my bottle opener. Failing that, I'll grab my penknife. With a lid on top. Indeed, always with a lid on top. That's gone forever. Gone forever. Oh yeah, there will be a special. Yeah, she's promised me she's going to do me a special tonight with it being so warm. So the idea is now is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all these here, or through the alternating ones, like that. Bottom one in each set. Like that. Those will have the wood shape on the outside. Oh, cheers. Well, that was the plan. I mean, it's not just an accident. This it's a plan. It's fish inspired. And that one needs the opposite side. So we do that. Dude, you're ahead of me. I don't know exactly how it's going to be achieved, but that was the plan, was to glaze in between. Let me just do this one as well. So it's that. And the only bit is I get the bolts sticking through in a few places because unfortunately I have to reinforce it with steel. There's no room in the fridge. So it's the same there again. So yeah, I mean, the thing I've learnt about my Because this is the same server I did the Fishy Fingers factory on. And that I went with more functional, and this one I'm going with more artistic. So I'm basically aiming to have a lot of the buildings being quite artistically styled. Fish sticks, yeah. You're still emptying your freezer. Yeah, Goat says he's willing to help. Did you see that? I bet you are, Goat. Does that mean you've got to eat? You've got to eat absolutely everything out of the freezer, including all the stuff that's in the bottom. So that should now form a nice pattern on the front. Right, so let me make a platform to work from. Just for this end bit. So that's the one where it doubles out, look. And then we'll do the same again. Pattern on the outside. Nice thing is with this build, I've got 2 months. It's basically, it's a summer build. So we're not rushing on this one. So in theory, if I do this, that should have filled in around the edges really nicely. And then the same there. I just need to use those ones. As for these, should do that one. Should do that one. With that. Should fill that one. Quite nicely actually, that one. So there's just that to fill. Right, let me go up and do the end. Some ladders. Damn you not having admin mode. I have got admin mode, I'm just not allowed to use it. Right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put some... Those can come out because they're not doing anything. Yep. Well, you don't now because I can make the server so it's a free build server, so you don't need any materials. But yeah, I know what you mean. And then you fall off a building, and you've got to go all the way back up to your top of your building again. Yeah, I did. It weren't needed, only for building. Didn't mean to do that. Right, so that needs to be an open structure. Now this flooring does actually mesh better. When you're trying to do that with it. So we'll put that flooring through the middle. Should let me do that actually. And that should still retain its pattern. Right, so the next thing I need to do is put these around the edge for a bit of patterning. But not at the front obviously, because that's where the gates are going to be. Right, let's build a visibility platform so I can go around it. So yeah, from the outside it's looking pretty cool. It's quite floaty. You're looking at AC. Well, I've got an air conditioner. Best thing we ever bought. Just bear in mind with an AC, you do have to be able to duct it outdoors. If you can't duct it outdoors, it'll just make your room hotter. So I think the concept's there. I think the implementation needs a little bit of polishing. I think the base concept is there. The open structure. Now the other bit is, if I was to glaze it, would that work? So that's the problem we're going to have, is putting the glazing in, because obviously I've not got the facilities. So I'd have to put blocks of wood in. To take the glazing. Just to allow me to do it. There we go. I can always take them out later because they're not actually structural. Like that. But the problem is then the glass meshes through. Look, it comes through on both sides. So glazing is not going to work. However, that'd work. That'd strengthen it as well. Remember what you said about, is she coming along with food or drinks or something? Well, here's your answer. We have... Oh. We have very icy squash and we have nuts.
It's called shrub.
It's called shrub. I don't know, I've not tried it yet. And the reason it's called shrub, good evening thing, people say, is because it's made with elderflower. Oh yes, that's good. That's actually elderflower cordial, it's homemade. Homemade with local elderflowers. yeah, those look come through. Just check if these do actually. Right, can get some torches into there now. So that's the way that's looking, and then if I put them on the next level down, if I put them in alternating positions, so you see that one, you can see the metal work through, look. So that's the only bit with that. I've got to be very careful of how the metal work's done. I think if I put one there, to end up with an metalwork meshing. So yeah, well, there's no metalwork pops through. Plus, it actually strengthens the entire structure doing this. Yeah, the torch burning mug is active. Yeah, something small and portable. Yeah, but you have to have a pipe. Just remember, if it's a proper air conditioner, it's got to have a heat exchanger, so it will dump the heat somewhere. So ours has got a 5-inch pipe or 6-inch pipe coming out of the back. And I throw that out through the window. So that's basically how it goes. That's what the other needs. I saw something look weird over here. Yeah, they usually do. If you don't chuck it out the window, the heat, the temperature of the air that comes out of the pipe is scary. Well, yeah, if they don't dump heat anywhere, it's the same as any fan. I've got 2 fans here, and all they're doing is blowing the air around. I'm sure there's chili on these nuts. That one had chili on. Oh, almond. So the next thing I'm going to do is move inside. I noticed that'll be sheltered there. Yeah. One of those. And now I can move the portal back. Light 2. Which means I can demolish that one. And I can start working. Yes, D's nuts. D's nuts here. Right, so entrance to the lighthouse. It's like that. And then the way you get the smaller door in, heavy build I need is that one. So you need to get one to snap into the middle of there. There, I just went in. That one. That's the point. And once you've got that snap point, you can do that. If you're quick enough, it won't break down. Now, they're not the best fitting, those archers, those doors. But what doesn't then look good is if you then do this. The only bit you have is two little sections, because if you put one in there, they do that, unfortunately. Yeah, we know, Vic's filthy. That's what I could do. It's that. Yeah, we have to have our resident smutty German. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Set the Queen's power free. I didn't mean to set the Queen's power free, but you know what it's like. I bet you're loving seeing me building with all my toys, aren't you? I bet you're absolutely loving it. Yeah, but it proves something, doesn't it? I can still do it. Because let's be fair, that's starting to look pretty damn cool. You got to admit it. I'm gonna take that along another, and I'll probably turn it at that point. Remember here, you've got to make sure that the edge is there. That gives you that there, unfortunately. And then the idea will be, it will go to a nice big arch bridge. I've got 3 drinks. I've got beer, I've got water. So do I turn that again? Because I need to go towards that rock there. So that's all filled in. Right, what I like to do with these is if you put a couple in, then do that, then you've got yourself a nice handrail. Same that way. So I'll go with the sculpted ones again. The dark wood sculpted. Actually, I could go with none. Bloody hairs there, look at that. That's the idea, it's going to be an arbour. So this needs obviously all the gum for putting in, which I'll do off stream because it's easier. It basically needs all that doing. What I'm hoping I can do once I've got these in, that might have meshed through the outside. No. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I can never quite figure out why it does it. But the cool thing we're doing this, not that, not that, not that. Yeah, the cool thing with doing this is I should be able to take that strengthening beam out and make it look even more open. Just checking they are the right way, yep. So that's the bit where I have to change the style a little. I've got 2 months for this competition. It's getting judged at the end of August, I believe. So one thing I want to do, I'm going to go back up on the roof because there's a feature I want to do and it looks really good on my theme park. By the way, my theme park is still on this island. This is a different build. So we should have, because the nice thing is with this roof is I can walk up it. So one of the things I'm going to do, it's only as a feature, is I'm going to get that and put it like that. It's like would it work better that way? It's like a spiral staircase. like that. So it basically looks like a spiral from below. I don't know whether I prefer that or not. Yeah, there's a few holes in the roof need to be sorted out. A few visibility panels, we'll call them. So I'm wondering if this is the point, because they're all about marble. And I'm just wondering if this is the point at which I need to swap over and build a bridge out of marble. So if I did, I'd want a middle point. Because I need that. So that'd be hollow. That'd be the edge of the bridge. Just thinking, because we have the Ashlands bridges. Sorry, the Mishlands bridges. And I really like the style of them. So I put that like so. Let's put big blocks in middle. And then take it up to there. I might even, thinking about it, because it's not an Ashlands, it's not a Mishlands material, is it, the Growston? So I'm wondering about replacing all that with the keep the arch, but make it an Ashlands material. Yeah, this is going to be the bridge to the lighthouse. Because, yeah, Growston, wrong material for the terrain. So if we're going to start the bridge anyway, I'd actually start it there. because then it'll be the right height. Right, you're not going to see that one, so it's not a problem. There we go. That's the correct height of bridge now. Which should bring it up nicely to its turn. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that there. And under those. Right, that's more in keeping with the biome. That would need a half on there and a half there to create the correct overlap. Ah, cock. These are easy. Oh, hello, Dan in Twitch Live. Thank you for the raid. How are you doing? I'm guessing you've just been playing Valheim. Have you? Are we going to give you a shout out then? Let's give you a shout out with my rather... I don't know why I've just gone to that keyboard. It's this one. Unless you would like to do it, Evil Goat, if you're still around. My Bluetooth is running out on my keyboard. So, have you been playing... Hello, yes, hello Raiders. Go on then, Goat, if you want to do the shouter. If you want to do the shouter. Yeah, I'm just in Jonathan's build competition at the moment, so it's going rather weirdly, shall we say. I am Norman Looney. I am a variety streamer, although I play far too much Valheim. Not that that's a problem, I like Valheim. I'm mostly a builder. I'm currently building this beautiful construction in Jonathan Raymaker's server, which is for a building competition. So it is going to be judged. So there's something not quite right with the lineup there. You know Valheim today, but you do play a lot. Well, it's a good game, innit? So what, you been playing today then? Yeah, that don't look snapped right, that looks like it's snapped on the wrong place. And have you had a good stream? Is it warm enough for you? Because it's warm enough here. I was doing finals today. Well, I'm also doing Zelda. I'm currently doing Tears of the Kingdom through yet again. Because I've only done it 12 times. So I'm currently doing Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, Breath of the Wild. I tried Tears of the Kingdom. Can't get on with it. Yeah, I know it's the superior game, but I can't get on with it. Right, that one's the... That one's the one that should be... It's probably going to collapse. But the thing is, if I'm not enjoying a game, I don't show it. You know when you're streaming it, you don't show it on stream, do you? You start, you know, you're not enjoying the game. I think the people who are watching you can tell you're not enjoying a game. There's a few games I've done that way. I've started them and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to really enjoy this game. And then when I actually get into them, I'm like, you know, don't like this. Cult of the Lamb, that was one of those. Tried it, just didn't like it. I just thought it was too simple. Right, have I run out of food? No, I haven't. Should be alright then. Well, I've got infinite energy, so I should be. Yeah, it did. It were overhyped, weren't it? And then when I tried it, I have to say I was very disappointed. Elderflower cordial is to die for. God tier. Yeah. Yeah, there's been a few games I've played like that. And I've just not enjoyed them. And then you always go back to your old favourites. But yeah, I mean, my absolute classic was, and I've started it multiple times, was Tears of the Kingdom. I just can't get into it. That doesn't look right to me. Let's go back down. Come on, side. Take me up. That's just improved my swimming, though. Yeah, that bridge is not looking right. It's the turn. The turn does not look right. It looks like one of the pieces is that. Vic's never tried Valheim because Vic is enlightened. Yeah, that's another game actually, Enshrouded. Never did out for me. Everybody went mad over Enshrouded and I was just like, meh. Right. Yeah, something's not right, is it, there? I'm just checking what the snapping points are. See, the snapping point's the right look. Or other. That's the problem with Valheim. Someone like that you to keep me on. Oh, go on then, you do that. You do that. But at least it's made that look nice now. So this looks cosy. The nice thing is it does actually work as a structure very well. I'm falling off. Get onto my ramp. Let's get another set of stairs up and then at least I can start climbing. Get some more stairs. Some of them. And then it's my emergency rescue plan to get me back up again. You bring balance to the force. Yeah, that's the only thing you bring balance to. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking of just scrapping that end and just trying it again. Let me just knock those out and try building it to itself. So like that. That looks tighter. That now looks tighter up to the edge of the things because it looked like they were sticking out slightly. So can I do it now? So if I were to do that, would that be a better turn? Or would that be the best turn? I think that'd be the best turn, wouldn't it? So what I then need to do is base everything off one side, because that's my mistake. Base everything off one side. And then that's the next piece. That's how it should go. That's how it should go. You nana. Thought something looked wrong. That looks better. Right, let's just make some crafting platforms. So that will have one of those underneath. I could actually just put the end of one of those in, to be honest, and then it'll give it more strength underneath. And then it's just these two here. Right, let me go and drop some food. Use the food hammer, so I'll have that feast, I'll have that feast, and I'll have that feast, so I can go eat, eat, eat. That straggler. Right, so What we do have is these, which I hate normally. But what you can do with them is that. That one has to go back one. So if I take that back one. Do you know, I didn't even look where we are on map. All I know is I walked to this. Oh, we're a long way out. Oh, that is there. That's somebody else's. So that is wrong. So far, I think it's 3 or 4. I think it's 4 with me now. Right, so what I'm then hoping to do is I can get that piece there and put it like that. So what does that look like from this side? That's the next question. Do we like that from the side? I think we do. I think we do. I think it'd be even better still if I did this. Ah, not that. Not that. If I did that. Because the pieces go in there all the way to the bottom. So if I do that, and then fill those in. I wish I could flip those upside down, but I can't. No, I think I'm just going to have to go with the basic rectangle. Like that. So it gives you like a drain. Like a drainage effect. Could actually do that with a single piece. I'm having ideas. I'm having ideas here. Oh. Now then. Now then, that, on the other hand, does look finished. That looks like it was meant to be like that. Bet I can even get rid of that and do that. Oh yes. Oh yes, that's the money shot. Apart from it, I need one of those evil goat cooldown breaks. Yeah, it's a bit roasting, isn't it? I am actually getting a bit warm now. And as you know, I'm normally the one who can wear latex on a really hot day. But today, I think... So I'm thinking it would make it difficult to do the turn. But the bridge is going to look so much cooler if I do that with it. I don't think that one will work though. I think that's just going to have to be a... I think that's just going to have to be a regular thing, because that's going to go into the... yeah, that goes inside. So the other thing I could do is that, which tapers it down so you can see through the glass. So yeah, that means the bridge it's going to be difficult to make the bridge straight, but if I do keep it crooked, it does go to that rock. If I don't crooked it up. Alright, let me put a structure underneath now. Let me put some webbing, some rebar. We'll call it rebar, because I'm now going to float the structure. We'll do some rebar. And I'll take some rebar down there as well, because that's pretty much where the end of it's going to be. Rebar. It is rebar. It is rebar. I'm not bullshitting. Right, let's get the platform across, because it should now hold itself. Oh. Should now be self-supporting. Quite a long way actually. I have previously taken it all the way to its limit, and it's a blooming long way you can go. Because all that happens is the iron just grounds. It has an immediate grounding effect on the stone. Hello, Astrid. I am. Oh, don't look at that. Might get ideas. Alright, see you, Vic. Have a lovely evening, and don't work too hard. Right, let's see if I can put a pillar here. How deep is the water? Okay, see, the water's quite deep, so I am going to have to do a curved structure. Damn. Damn. Alright, let's have a curved structure then. Yeah, that's too deep. I can't reach the bottom. So the water is going to have to go onto this rock. Or the bridge is going to have to go onto this rock. Yeah. Unless I build a tower and bring it off the tower. Yeah, I could do actually thinking about it. If I try it from below. Just try and do it from below. Because I know you can go further down. I know you can go further down. And just build a platform. Damn you, having no admin. Well, I do, but I want to behave. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to. Right, so if I try building it from below, see how far I can actually go into the water. Because you can also stand on ladders in the water itself and platforms. I would love to get the metal all the way down to ground level. Well, what I could actually do is bring it across there. I'm not sure whether that has gone to ground or not. Nope. It has now though. Not right, but it has. Yeah, I think you're in it, Astrid, are you? That one is actually showing up as blue, as if it's grounded. So it must be grounded, because they're showing up as blue. Just don't look like it is from here. So I think that is grounded. So thank you. Yes, I've got it. We'll soon find out if it's grounded, because I want to get rid of these. So we'll soon find out if it's grounded. Is that grounded? Because these will start going red. So if they start going red, we know it's not grounded. Yes, somebody's already commented that my Valheim character looks like me, by the way. I don't know where you get that idea from. I really don't know. My eyes don't look like that. So, the idea is the village will be around here. So that's the lighthouse. Might even build that a little bit higher. Might even see if I can go a little bit higher on that. But that's the lighthouse. Now the only problem is now I can't go across there. I put a couple of those up. Can I go up at that? Need more than a couple of those. Oh, speak of the devil. An Astrid will appear. Well, I mean, obviously I won't show anybody else's builds on stream, so don't worry about that. But I shall check out your build. Nope, not there. Well, we're all doing we've all got the same sort of preface where we've got to build something that looks a bit like a lighthouse. I think that one might collapse. So we'll have a ladder down from the end here now. So yeah, I think that's going to look pretty cool as a structure. Alright, well, I mean, I won't do it for you, so. Shrub. So what I need to do then is flip those around. That's the way I've done it around there, isn't it? Oh yeah, I've flipped them round. Oh, actually, they're flipped. They're not those ones. They're the other ones. They're not those ones. They are. Just get that into place. Hey. Right. There we go. So the bottom ones are is that one. The one with the angle on the outside. Same again. There's that one there. Flip it that way. Those ones can come out. So that takes it down to a nice structure, nice form. So what I've done with the other ones is I've put that same structure in there, and carried it on. So then it's a case of the big cubes at the bottom. Put these on to give it a bit of light. Whoa. Ah. Right. So it's like a drainage on top with a natural flow. There it goes. Right, so what I could also do while I'm at it is rebar the bottom. If I rebar the bottom of the bridge, which will be that level, will that mean I can put those in without them collapsing? Nope. Needs a level further down. So we'll put them there. That should let those stay in there. Or will it? That one's falling. I don't like that one. So let me put another rebar down. That's touched the ground. Yep, that one's in the ground. Got it. Got it. That's grounded. No, I can't get up on my ladder. I mean, that's not the final completed job, but it's now structurally holding as a bridge, which means I can do that, and I can get up, and I can get into the tower. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Right, so what's happening there? Something's not right there. That's what happens when you're rushing. Right, and then the next decor will be using that piece there. So what I need to do is I need to make a snapping position, because at the moment, I mean, it's a pretty fucking useless piece, to be honest. Snapping top. Yeah, so what it does when you snap it at the top, look, is it snaps stupid. Actually, be better with that one. So that creates like a, well, describe it yourself, like a diamond effect. And the only thing with that is it comes out too far. So what I need to do is put, that's going to be too far. That's the same as it was. That's what I need. That's the depth I need. So I need that depth. But not there. So I don't think I can snap that to the corner, can I? No, I can't. That's the problem. I can't snap it to where I want it to go. So I need half that block in a wall. Like that. But there. So do I just guess it? Because that would be a guesstimate one. Great, it's thundering again. So that's a guess, and that's not bad. That's not actually bad. Well, yeah, I mean, I do wish it were thundering in real life, but, yeah, what are you going to do? Right, something tells me that that needs to be the walkway, and that's the end. So there'll probably be an arch structure or something. I don't think I'm going to be sailing a longship into this village, into this harbour. Especially not with that there. It's, I think that's looking pretty good, to be fair. We've made a start. Made a start. Looking good. Got some structure. Sweating like Rolf Harris in Mother Care. So everything's good. So I think what I'll do for today is I'll leave it at that. Because on Tuesday I will be playing Zelda. I will be doing some The Legend of Zelda. And it will be Breath of the Wild. And if you remember what happened last week on Breath of the Wild, I finished Varuto, the elephant, but I didn't get the Ganon. So the start of the stream is Ganon. It will be one of the Ganons. So I think that's it for tonight. Are we going to raid out? There's a few of yous in. Let's raid Freya. In fact, oh, actually, Astrid, are you streaming, Astrid? You're not, are you? You're not streaming, are you? Let's have a look. Hopefully we'll go to the right computer. Problem where you've got two computers. Why is Valheim not quitting? There we go. Not today. Let's see who's streaming. Paper Lily playing Valheim. Let's go and raid Paper Lily. Correct keyboard. Paper Lily. So tell Paper Lily that I sent you. And let us go there. Right. Now, I shall see you on Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And let's see how this develops, eh? Keep shining.